Okay, hello and welcome everybody. This is Dr. Destiny here, and I'll be covering the Ashravens flight, the fusion rifle from Iron Banner, which we got last week. This is the one I got from the vendor, not via the pictures you can see in the background, but I got the vendor one and then I infused it, so obviously it had better perks. I never actually have got the fusion rifle before, so didn't actually get it as a drop either. All I got was Finland's Peril and the scout rifle, but a really bad version of it. And obviously, I bought the scout rifle again because I previously had it. So enough of that. Obviously, in this video, we're going to be covering the best parts, obviously, of the fusion rifle. To be honest, it's pretty good. Like, I haven't used fusion rifles in ages, and I was spamming it a little bit with some certain engagements, and others are just absolutely wrecking people. So it's still pretty up there. Shotguns are still obviously overpowered and more used, but for different types of engagements, because obviously shotguns you have to get even closer now. At least with a fusion rifle, there's a little bit more of a moderate range, where you don't have to do that. So you can obviously hold back, and then, like you can just see there, you can hold back and then charge up and fire. But I'm going to be going over the perks that come with the vendor version, and then obviously the ones you can get if you get it as a random drop in end of matches and packages, etc., etc. And obviously what perks and stuff you should be looking for it to be a really good one. I'll obviously admit I'm not a fusion rifle pro, as you see in the gameplay as well. I haven't used one since probably last year when Plan C was rampant in the Crucible. So bear in mind I'm not the top professional when it comes to this. Other weapons I'm a little bit more versed because I use them a lot more, so bear that in mind. But I'm going to be going over the ones that we got with the Ashravens flight. So it automatically comes with Hidden Hand. You can have Enhanced Battery, Rifle Barrel or Feather Mag. Enhanced Battery is pretty good, obviously you get more ammo. Rifle Barrel is probably the one you want to go for, you get extended range. You've got Hot Swap, which readying this weapon grants a brief period of bonus accuracy, which, to be honest, for any special weapon is pretty good anyways. It's obviously more with sidearms or stuff like that, or something more, a little bit more recoil, but either way, this is one that comes with, so you have to deal with it, pretty much. Okay, so the primary stats is impact is 87, range is 40, stability is 46, reload is 71, and the charge rate is 22. Magazine size is 6. Secondary stats is aim assist is 63. Quick speed is 59 and recoil direction is 57, zoom is 15. Obviously, I forgot to mention as well in the background, the gameplay is on on the Dreadnought, and this is the dungeons. This is obviously a mid-range to short-range type of map. Obviously there's a couple lanes where you can snipe and stuff on the side, which would be long range, but either way you can still pretty much use this like I am in the corridors, so especially with this kind of type of kill streak, and same when you go down into the little portal. Anyways, let's go back to this. So you can, perk wise, these are the ones you can get with the first. So obviously the automatically come with the vendor one is Hidden Hand, which is probably one of the better ones you can get, but you can also have Underdog. This weapon gains a boost to range and handling when health is low, not that great. Surrounded, this weapon gains bonus damage when 3 or more enemies are in close proximity, not that good. Battle Runner, kills with weapon grant a brief boost to the sprint's top speed. Spray and Play, increase the reload speed of this weapon when its mag is empty. Okay type of one for fusion rifle maybe. Rescue Mag, chance to refill the weapon's magazine when critically wounded. Danger Close, pardon me, the weapon gains increased reload. Last Resort, weapon handles and reloads faster, and then Hip Fire. This weapon has bonus accuracy while firing from the hip. So the two ones you ever should really look for is Hip Fire, and obviously the one you got from the vendor, which would be Hidden Hand. For the second one, which is obviously we got Enhanced Battery and Rifle Barrel, you can have single point sling, so switch between weapons is faster, not too bad. Lightweight, always not too bad either. Quick draw, snapshot, aiming weapon is incredibly fast. I'd say enhanced battery and rifle barrel is probably the better ones anyways, so that's actually pretty good for what you get. You can also have injection mold, brace frame, hand laid stock to increase the stability. The stability is pretty good on this one anyway, so rifle barreled for range, and then we go from there. And obviously for the last one, this is one you can't change. Hot swap is not the best, but you've got rangefinder, which will always be good with any type of weapon. Aiming weapon increases its effective range. I have the storm, weapon becomes more accurate as your health gets lower. Knee pads, slide further when the weapon is equipped. Knee pads is good for shotguns, any fusion rifles, so pretty much the same. Grenadier, kills this weapon, reduce the cooldown of your grenade. Pretty mediocre. army of one, quick unassisted kills with weapon, and reduced grenade and melee cooldown. So hot swap, rangefinder. Maybe I have the Stormer knee pads. Are probably okay for that one. Knee pads more depending on how aggressive you are, but rangefinder is one I would personally go for as the top one. Okay, so overall I say it's a pretty sturdy weapon. It's something I've not been as versed in because the meta has always been shotguns, and I've always been blink shotgunning for specials. And obviously, I'd say the last 6 months I've really got into well, probably longer than that, 8 months. I've got into sniping, and obviously the last 4 or 5 months sniping has been ridiculously overpowered. So obviously, fusion rifles have been left to the side, but considering I've done pretty okay with it. This is the first map of me using this weapon, and I've done okay with it. If I test it a little bit more, then obviously may do worse or better with it, depending on the situation, map, and obviously the team I come up against. But in general, it's a pretty sturdy equivalent for a secondary weapon. Obviously, depending on the map sizes and stuff like that, you would normally go with a 1,000-yard stare, or you'd go for a decent shotgun. Conspiracy Theory D, Digital Taunt, you name it, blink shotgun. But you can still blink for this, and then fusion rifle from range. So overall, I'd say it's a pretty good 8 out of 10. In the fusion rifle department, the only thing I could kind of equivalent it to, because obviously I don't really use them as much now, or if ever, is the recently will be the Split Shifter Pro. It's quite similar to, and then obviously Plan C as well. Plan C is a whole different kettle of fish in itself, because obviously an exotic, but it's similar-ish to that. Doesn't mean it's identical. Plan C is his own thing, and it's a lot better, to be perfectly honest. But overall, still pretty good. Okay guys, if obviously you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you've liked what you've seen, give the video a like, and then tell me what you think of this weapon, if you've got it yourself, and obviously what kind of perks and rolls that you've got with it. Also, what ones you should be looking for, what ones you're hoping to be getting in maybe the next Iron Banner. Okay guys, I'll let the gameplay finish off until the end, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
Final push and victory is yours. Heavy ammo on the way. Zone B lost. Heavy ammo available. Zones controlled. Targets eliminated. Nice work.